My devotional this morning may seem to be a little selfish and exclusive. I want to talk about aging realities, not excluding my younger crowd that might be on, but I do want to talk about aging realities. I'm coming from Psalms 37 and 25, where David says, I've been young and now I'm old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. Aging realities. This idea comes to me because of so many different things that I won't even share because some would say they were silly or, lack of a better word, stupid, but sometimes it's just mere aging realities. We have to be honest that aging is real. I'm not as old as some, but I'm not as young as others. Aging is real. Things crack, they pop, uh, pains come from nowhere, swelling occurs. You can misplace your glasses while you're wearing them. You can be looking for them and they're on your face. You know, it's one thing when you're looking for them and you got them on the top of your head, but it's another thing when you're looking for them and they're on your eyes. You can be searching for your phone while you're talking on it. All kinds of things. And the younger crowd might laugh about it now, but keep living. You know, these things do occur. Be looking for your keys and your keys are in your hand. All kinds of things. All of these shifting realities of aging. One thing happens and you might dismiss it, but it's reality that as we age, things do happen. But one thing never changes, and that is God's faithfulness. And David did indeed say it best. I've been young, now I'm old. I've never seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. And when I woke up this morning, thought about that particular verse, that particular passage, and I kind of did a little exegetical, sermonic breakdown of it. First thing that I want us to understand is the confession of righteous aging. The confession. David makes an honest confession. He says, I've been young and now I'm old. A lot of times when we age, we don't like to make that honest confession. He has aged and he confesses it. He doesn't run from it, but he testifies through it. Aging for some is shameful, but it ought not be. It's a sign of survival, and it's a platform for wisdom. It's not something that any of us should be embarrassed about, ashamed of, try to run from. With years come perspective, and with experience comes insight. It ought to be something that we embrace, not shun. David does not speak as someone who's just lived long, but he speaks as someone who's lived through mountains and valleys. He's conquered, won, he's accomplished. So he makes that honest confession. I've been young, now I'm old. I'm aged, got some years behind me, but that's not something that I should be embarrassed about, something that I ought to be proud of. So that's the confession of righteous aging. Then there is the confidence of righteous aging. That confidence is, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken. That's the confidence that he exposes. This is not some blind optimism. It's not just David throwing words out. He's confident. He's lived long enough to say, I've seen a lot of things, but I have never seen the righteous forsaken, the righteous abandoned. So, and here's what makes this statement even more powerful. David himself was far from perfect. We know David's lifestyle was not one that we would call righteous. He was an adulterer. He was deceptive. He was a murderer. He was prideful at moments. So what does he mean by the righteous? Because in this context, he's not talking about being sinless. That's what we think when we think righteous. It's not sinless, it's surrendered. What makes us righteous is when we surrender our unrighteousness to the righteous one. Ooh. Let me say that again if I can remember it. What makes us righteous is when we surrender our unrighteousness to the righteous one. We don't become righteous by trying to make ourselves righteous. We become righteous by surrendering to the righteous one, who is God himself. It's not sinless. It's surrendered. It's a right standing with God. It's not those who never fall. It's those who fall and get back up. Keep moving, keep going. David knew that righteousness was not something that he had accomplished on his own, that it was granted to him by the grace and mercy of God. So when David says righteous, he's talking about those who trust God even in weaknesses. We repent when we have messed up. We lean on grace, not perfection. We surrender with God. It's not so much a testimony of our own walk independently, it's the testimony of our walk with God. The righteous, what God called us. The righteous, what we obtain by having a relationship with God. That's what makes us righteous. It's the blood of Christ now. David did not have that, but not in reality at that particular time, but he had it in promise. He's never seen the righteous forsaken. So that's why he can confidently say, I've never seen the righteous forsaken, because he knew that he had a relationship with God. That even when he faltered, God was still there. God never abandoned him, even in his falling, in his adultery, in his weaknesses. God never abandoned him. I've never seen the righteous forsaken. God never grabs our hand and then turns it loose. He never walks with us and then said, you're too dirty to walk with me. We were dirty when he grabbed our hands. So the confidence there. I've never seen the righteous forsaken. The confession, been young, but now I'm old. Then there's one last thing, and I'm done so I can pray. The covering of righteous aging. Nor his seed begging bread. That's the covering. You know, I think sometimes as we age and as we walk with God, And even as we have children and we think that they're not observing, oh, they are. They don't even recognize that they're observing it. But it's our righteousness that becomes a covering for them even as they get older. Don't you dare think that the righteousness and the walk that we have with God in this aging reality, that God does not take that righteousness and he uses it as a covering for our offspring. It's a generational promise. The righteous don't walk with God just for ourselves. We walk with God for our children and our children's children. Somewhere down the line, they're going to see and remember and recall how mama walked, how daddy walked, how mama prayed, how daddy prayed, how grandmama prayed. We always testify about it. Their seed baking bread. It doesn't mean that our children won't face hardship, but it means that they won't be forsaken. Just like he has not forsaken us, he will not forsake them. He won't forsake them. So we have to keep walking with God. And our walk with God is a promise for our children and our children's children.